Hello dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel. Enjoy learning computer science. This is Athena DJ here. Let's discuss about passing mutable types and immutable types in a function call to a function. Okay, this video is part 5 of functions. Python variables are not storage containers. Okay, let me explain this concept. In other languages, in other programming languages, if a is assigned a value 10, the variable a will hold the value 10. But in Python, here a will refer only the memory address where the value 10 is stored. Okay, so the variables are like memory references. They are not storage containers. They refer to the memory address where the value is stored. If a variable is referring to an immutable data type, then any change in the value will also change the memory address where it is referring to. Let me explain this with a simple example. Okay, so first statement a is equal to 10. So what will happen? The variable a will refer to the memory address where the value 10 is stored, right? Now, if the next statement a is equal to 20 executed, what happens? Very simple. Now a will not refer to the memory address where 10 is stored. Instead, a will refer to the memory address where 20 is stored. Okay, only the memory address reference will change. The value remains the same. Okay, only the variable, instead of referring to the value 10, now it will refer to the memory address where 20 is stored. So there will not be any change in the value, only the variable will change referring the memory address. If a variable is referring to a mutable data type, mutable means the value can be changed in its place, right? Okay, so if a variable is referring to a mutable type, then any change in the value of mutable type will not change the memory address of the variable. Instead, only the value will be changed. Okay, so look at this coding. So I have created a list called L, where the list is storing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so let me try to print the memory address of the list L. So I have given the statement print id of L. So id of L will print the memory address where the list is stored. Okay, now so now you can see the memory address. Now I want to change one element. Let's try to change one element from the list. So I'm going to change the element in the position index 2. Okay, so I'm changing it to 100. Now you can see instead of the third element index to 6, it is now changed to 100. So we have changed the value now. Now let's try to print the memory address of the list. See, there is no change in the memory address, right? Only the value has changed. So if a variable is referring to a mutable type, then any change in the value of a mutable type will not change the memory address of the variable. Only the value will be changed. Let's see what's happened when passing an immutable type value to a function. Okay, so look at this function called check. Okay, there is one parameter, and see this inside my function check is the first statement and value received in a as a. Okay, so here a will take the value of integer. So data type as integer, so it is of immutable type. Okay, so inside the function a is incremented to 2. A is equal to a plus 2. So there is a print statement before incrementation, there is a print statement after the incrementation. Okay, so there is no return statement for this function. And when it comes to the main program, so n is assigned a value 10. So print my calling function passing n, so which value you are passing, and then the function call and what value will be printed after the function call. Okay, so first the execution begins from the main program, right? So n will hold the value 10. So the next one is print calling my function check. So this will be printed. So the first output will be calling my function check by passing n with value. What value? N. It is 10. Okay. The next one is function call with the argument n, which is 10. So it will go to the function with the value 10. So a will assume the value 10 now. So first statement will be printed inside my function check. Then again the next statement is value received in a as 10 will be printed, right? Now a is incremented with 2. So a will become a plus 2, which is 10 plus 2, 12. Okay. Then it will print value of a now changes to 12. Okay. And then the next statement also will be printed returning from the function check. So here there is no return statement here. Okay. And it will come back. Then it will print back from check. Value of n is, what is the value of n now? It is 10 only. Okay. There will not be any change because it is immutable type. Okay. Immutable type value cannot be changed. So only inside the function it is changed. When it comes back, there will not be any change. Okay. There is no return statement also, and this is also a local variable here. So if we pass an immutable type value to a function, the original value will not change. It will remain unchanged. Now let's discuss what happens when a mutable type value is passed to a function. Okay, so let me demonstrate this with an example. Look at this program. So there is a function called mcheck, and the same concept as the previous program. So instead of integer data type, we are passing a list here. Okay, that is the only difference. So the program execution begins from the main. So first initially the value of L1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next there is a print statement. It will be printed. So it will print list before function call as L1, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next is the function call mcheck of L1. So L1 is the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will go to the function, start executing the function definition from the first line. So body of the function. So print inside my first function mcheck, that will be printed first. Then list received L. So what value will be printed for this L? It is 1, 2. The list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then there is a loop statement for I in range till len of L. Len means the number of elements in the list L. L of I will become L of I plus 10. So it will start from the index 0 till the last element of the list. Each element of the list will be incremented by 10. Okay, so after incrementation, so what will get printed? List within called function after changes L. Now what is the value of L? Each element of the list L will be incremented by 10, means L is now it will become 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now after printing that, returning from the function mcheck statement will get printed. It will come to the next statement of the function call, where there is another print statement. List after function call is now the list 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So any change in the original data, any change in the function call will change in the original data also. So when you pass a mutable type value to a function, the original value will be changed. Now let's see an example for passing a mutable type value to a function by adding and deleting elements to a list. Okay, so the same program as explained earlier only I'm going to discuss here. The execution begins from the main program. So the first statement in the main program is L1, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and there is a print statement that will be printed as it is. So what will get printed? List before function call L1. So what is the value for L1 here? It is 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now mcheck L1 is the function call. So the control goes to the function, it will start executing the statements, the body of the function. Okay, so the first one in the body of the function is print \n\t inside my function mcheck. So \n, it will print a new line, \t, it will leave a tab space, and then it will print inside my function mcheck. Okay, then after that it will print list received L. So this, what is the value for this L? It is list of elements 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now in the next one, L dot append of 6 will add 6 to the already existing list 1 2 3 4 5, and then L dot extend of 7 8 9 10, it will add 7 8 9 10 to the already existing list 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, now there is a print statement, print list after adding elements L is, now this L is 1 2 3 4 5, 6 is appended, so it is added there, then 7 8 9 10 is also added. Okay, so then now the list is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now L dot remove of 5. Okay, so it will remove the element 5 from the list. So now list within called function after all changes is by removing the element 5. So 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, now it will come back to the main program after the function call, which is a print statement. So it will print list after function call L1 is 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9 10. So initially we started with the list 1 2 3 4 5, then we added and extended the list, and we have removed one element. All these changes affected the original list. Okay, let's discuss now what happens when a new value or variable is assigned to a past value which is of mutable data type. Okay, so look at this function. So as usual, the function execution begins from the main program. So here L1 is equal to 1 2 3 4 5, and then there is a print statement. So list before function call L1. So what is the value for L1 here? It is the list of 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now mcheck of L1, the control goes to the function, and in the first statement of the function is a print statement. Inside my function mcheck will be printed. Then print list received L means here the value of L is list of 1 2 3 4 5, and we are creating a new list in the function definition. So new list is equal to another list 10 20 30. Now this new list is assigned to the argument L. Okay, so L is equal to new list means now L is changed to 10 20 30. Right, and L dot append of 100 means what will happen? Along with 10 20 30, 100 will be added. So now if we print list within call function after all changes, what is the value of L? It is a list of 10 20 30 and 100, and we are returning return. It will come to the main program, and it will print list after function call L1 here is, it will print the original list 1 2 3 4 5. So when we assign a list to another list, that means when we assign parameter to a new value or a variable, the changes will not affect the original list. Hope you have understood the concepts passing mutable or immutable data types to a function, right? Thanks for watching my video, and this is Athena DJ signing off. For notification, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Enjoy learning computer science. See you. Bye-bye.